them to join us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this poster here. And do you know who created, who designed this poster? And it was designed by Zhang Yaohua from the UK and Chen Jiazhi from Kaohsiung. And they are both here and right here. Then we can see Ji Yaying. Okay. And let's take a look at this video. Okay, let's welcome you to Ciji. And Sister Angela just came far away from Australia. So let's take a look, okay, at this clip. And it was really touching. And actually, when this video was being taken, and Mr. Zheng Yan was actually in Kaohsiung, and Sister Angela was about to meet Mr. Zheng Yan. And then it was also the day we had online study group Kaohsiung. Therefore, we gave her a birthday party after we learned that it was her birthday that day. Okay, so all the surprise was designed by Sister Ji Yaying, and a lot of people was just so touched, of course, including Sister Angela. So we also had our Japanese language translation team also came over here, and it was a very, very wonderful time for her to be awarded by our government, and she is therefore confident to walk into crowd. And Sister Angela just saw someone who needed help when she was on the way, and she tried her best to help everybody in need. She knows how suffering it is when poor people are in poor conditions, right? So we are very, very grateful to Ji Yaying, and it was a record that she came over last time with Sister Angela. And here you will just see Ji Yaying with us. And you will just, hold the Jinsi product in your hand and wave with us, right? Okay. And she really, really, she's really a wonderful volunteer, and she really supports our Jinsi products. And okay, well, this is good. That's right, and you are holding this very well. Okay, and wonderful. Thank you. And I just, feel so grateful that Ji Yaying really supports our volunteers and support the product of Jinsi so much. Okay, so do you know where she is? In her life. Okay, actually she goes to people's home, and she invites people to her home, and turn her home into a cultivation ground. And she cooks delicious vegetarian food. How delicious, right? And this is her yard, her backyard. And she turns her backyard into also a training ground that, and she has parties at her home. Well, and if I can just enjoy myself at home, this is a really kind of a personal enjoyment. But after enjoyment comes suffering. So I want to turn my home into a cultivation ground to deliver Master Zheng Yan's Dharma. So as you can see, such a study group is there. And if you want to participate in, give us your big hand, please. Exactly, you really want to go to her home for the cultivation. And she really supports Jinsi products, and she promotes vegetarianism so hard. And she also promotes saving water, the idea. And she also says that you can just take a shower within 3 minutes, and she says it really works, right? Okay. And if you save the water for a minute and you reduce the carbon, you reduce the carbon consumption. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you a big hand and let's welcome Ji Yaying. Okay. And before this, Take a look. Well, and she also, does her best in every ceremony, like a new but like a scholarship ceremony, and she really does her best and gives her wishes and the best to all the people in need, anytime, anything, any day. Okay, so after I watched this video, I also learned that everybody has their own past stories, like this one. Okay, and I remember that when I was 3 or 4 years old, my biggest prize from my teacher was that okay, I behaved myself so I can participate in the like a flag raising ceremony, and it was really great encouragement for me because my teacher said that I'm a good girl. Therefore, I am a good girl in my entire life, right? Because of such encouragement, I think a student will receive the energy and they therefore may decide to be a good person thereafter. So, because of a quote from the teacher, I think this is a great powerful, not only me, but also all the students. And she also brings her good friends to Kaohsiung today and here and who are her best friends and they are the vegetarian restaurant owners from Taipei. Because of a pandemic, you know that their business just gets so slow, okay, but they still decided to produce like 100 free vegetarian box meals for volunteers. And this is her son, I mean this is the owner's son, and they work a long time and they just want to deliver their love to people in need. They insist on this no matter how hard the environment is, right? And I just think that what I can do for them, and I really want to do our best, especially for nurses and doctors under the big pressure of a pandemic. And this restaurant, vegetarian restaurant, is kind of okay slow in business, but they still decide to help all the nurses and doctors and produce and make like a delicious like a lunch box lunch for them. Okay, but now my business is getting slow, and later on the owners will be with us also. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will have like a Ji Yaying and her team with us today. And this is wonderful that I'm here with them and everyone. Please, okay, just click, okay, and share our link to everyone and be sure that everybody can receive our process online. And through all the clips and videos we played, and you know that how much blessing that Jia Ying has been giving, okay, and you don't have to say anything. Okay, today I will just do the brief introduction for you. And actually, she is also a editor, okay, of our translation team, written translation team. So she really has a lot of jobs, right? Okay, so this is why she always come with all her best of friends wherever she goes, right? And she's with us here today, and she is going to promote, of course, vegetarianism. And here are the two friends of her, and they are the vegetarian restaurant owners in Taipei. And later on, we will just hear and listen to how they share their good ideas, right? And her topic today is my choice.
Dear City family, dear teacher Mei, good morning. Choice your option. Every day we make 35,000 decisions. Every day when we wake up, open up our eyes, we have to make a choice what I'm going to do. Am I going to pick up my phone to answer send a message, or before I go to bed? Do I want to read Buddhism sutra? And what kind? And every hour, we make 2,187 decisions. Every minute, we make 36 decisions. I used to always make decisions that I want to purchase clothes. And now, after I became city volunteer, I don't have to make so much. I don't have to make many decisions to choose proper clothes because I always wear volunteer uniform. And when you have a choice, you have to become calm and ease in your heart. Every day, when you make a 35,000 decision, you are making decision to what kind of emotions that you want to show and have in your heart. When we have the negative emotions, it make us the negative emotion make us suffer. We can actually choose how we want ourselves to feel, and we can choose to understand other people and put ourselves into other people's shoes, so that we won't get ourselves into the angry mode. And when we complain other people's doing, they complain about, some people complain about the appearance of the box of the lunch box, and when we go out to promote vegetarian diet, we not only have to face people's complaint about how the meal box look, and also we have to make the vegetarian food delicious, so that people would are willing to adapt to the vegetarian meals. And under the lockdown of the pandemic, we what kind of choice we do? Master Zheng Yan told us we have to promote vegetarian diet. We many people are afraid to go out, but the voluntarily listen to Master Zheng Yan's teachings. They know that they heard that there are restaurant because they don't have enough the customers, clients, so they have to close down. I couldn't. I can't bear to see my friend who is the owner of the restaurant. The restaurant had to shut down because they don't have enough customer, because the pandemic lockdown. People are afraid to go out. So I talked to many Xinguang Hospital that close to my home, and to the hospital staff, and also there are the police stations and the firefighter station. They all of them, they need lunch boxes. And so I talked to them. All of them, they order lunch boxes, but all of them are order non-vegetarian lunch box. And every meal, many lives were killed just because we wanted the animal as our food. So we sacrifice animals' life for our own for our for the diet of ourselves, it is really harmful to the environment and to our health. So I talked to these the frontline medical clinic and hospital, and also police station, and also to the firefighter station. I ask my friend, the owner of the restaurant, they cook vegetarian meals hundreds every days. And I appreciate these couples, the owners of the restaurant, their children, their son, and their the staff and the cook in the restaurant. They work very hard to cook very tasty vegetarian meals. And even many cook, they went through difficult times to cook vegetarian meals because they didn't have enough experience. And after they learn how to cook, went through the growing pan of cooking vegetarian food, they we could learn their experience. They and let's listen to their sharing. Listen to this. Dear Dharma Master Cheng Yen and dear Chiji family around the globe, good day. I'm Zhu Manling from Beiping Jingzhou restaurant. And it's an experience for us to transform our restaurant, money-making restaurant, to a vegetarian restaurant. When I always change it to Buddha in the second floor, but on the first floor where I still kill animals for food. I order every day. I order the food for ingredients for tomorrow's cooking. I always order like a whole three, for example, three chicken, whole chicken, or pig, or lamb, and fish. And I feel disturbing and struggle. My heart were always up and down when I changed it to Buddha. I'm still killing animal for the food. My heart could not go get ease because I at the same time killing and chanting to Buddha. There's no love, true love in my heart. I talked to my husband. At first, my husband rejected my suggestion to turn our restaurant into a vegetarian restaurant, and we are afraid to lose our customers. And now my husband hoped that we could delay the I could delay the transforming our restaurant into vegetarian restaurant. And my mother-in-law was very ill, and my husband thought that maybe because we keep killing the animals, we don't accumulate positive energy in our home and restaurant. So he finally made a big decision that he shut down the door of our restaurant. And we shut down the door of our restaurant, and we study and work very hard and learn how to cook vegetarian meal. And finally, we opened up the door of our restaurant as a vegetarian restaurant. My mother-in-law finally passed away. she didn't have to suffer anymore. But the customers who came to our restaurant, our old customers who came to our restaurant, they didn't even take a look at our new menu. They order like before. They want a duck, they want fish, they want pig, they want chicken. And we told them that we already transformed our restaurant into a vegetarian restaurant. And we got all kinds of complaints from our old customers. And sister and brothers of Tzu we appreciate all of them and came to our restaurant to dine in our restaurant to support us. And finally, our business now it's improving and it's stabilizing. Our the staff in our restaurant, they were very touched to see how we overcome obstacles to transform our regular restaurant into a vegetarian restaurant. We during the pandemic lockdown, where all our family members, four of us, we made vow to offer over 100 vegetarian boxes to help Tzu promoting vegetarian diet. Every day, over 100 vegetarian boxes to help to support the medical staff who are at the front line to battle with the pandemic virus. And I am grateful that I have this opportunity to help out the medical team to fight with the virus.
And Venerable Master Zhen Yan and the masters from the abode, and everybody in the world, good day. And I am also talking about my affinity turning from meat diet to vegetarian diet. And it's been the 11th year that I adopted vegetarianism. And because of my mother's illness, I felt that we can collect blessings in hope that we can beg for my mommy's health, right? But I didn't know anything about vegetarianism. I only know about the vegetables and the tofu. And I have more than 20 employees with me. So what can they do if I turn from like a meat diet into vegetarian diets, right? And my employees were never confident about me when I decided to adopt vegetarianism, but they were so nice because they didn't leave me, and they accepted my a salary with a 50% deduction. And my chef was really wonderful that he got online and collect all the recipes, I mean vegetarian recipes, to make my food delicious. And he faced a lot of challenges. And of course, my customers didn't like my dishes originally, and some of them were picky, and they said that they didn't want the processed food. With my mom's health worsening, I also learn about what Earth Bodhisattva said, and I know that I must turn from meat diet into vegetarianism. And that is therefore the reason I closed my restaurant and I decided to open a new restaurant selling vegetarian dishes. And I recall that when I sold like meat dishes, and my employees just says that, okay, go and find my owner. This is his business. Okay, I didn't want to kill you. And they say this to the pigs and the fishes and all the seafood. And all the images were really, really impressive in my mind. And also, let's talk about my roast ducks. And they are wonderful. And I could just sell like more than 10 of the roasted ducks a day. But I earned the money, but I didn't sleep well. So I didn't know like how my retribution would be like. I'm sorry. And this is this is his first time doing a presentation, and you will know how prepared he is. I was really looking forward to the opening of my vegetarian restaurant. So I told my wife that my business would just go up. Okay. And before I was not happy at all because I sold the meat and meat comes from animal lives, right? So I earned money and I didn't feel any happy. Therefore, I made up my mind and I opened up a new restaurant. Vegetarian restaurant. The second the second day after my opening of the restaurant, my mom passed away peacefully. Thank you. And from their presentations that we learned that things would not go really smoothly, although you were determined to do something. And it was really difficult. Okay, and it was not smooth, right? Okay, and my two friends, right? They don't only promote vegetarianism, they also promote vegetarianism when they are driving, and you could see, okay, the posters, and you will see the text, okay, on their car, okay, then you will know that how determined they are in the promotion of vegetarianism. And do you know how cute like Tzu volunteers are? And maybe it is because it was wonderful and delicious, okay? Oh, and this is really special. So the food was really popular. So now you know that whenever, okay, the restaurant opens, okay, and Tzu volunteers would just take turns and order box lunches, okay, in their restaurants. And now all the volunteers afterwards got like 10% off, right? And now I am so touched that, okay, during the pandemic, business going down, and they still send like 100 free box lunches every day to not doctors and nurses, right? I recall my memory that, okay, more than 20 years ago, when I went back from Australia with my family in Hualien, and we met Master Zheng Yuan. And I still remember I went back to Hualien for 4 days and 3 nights. And after that, my husband and my daughters told me that Mr. Zheng Yan's Taiwanese language was not understood by us, right? We didn't know what Mr. Zheng Yan was talking about, but we felt Mr. Zheng Yan's Taiwanese, okay, is really, really smooth, and her voice sounded beautiful, and they were impressed. But 10 years passed, and they now became Tzu volunteers. So time fried, and we really need time, okay, until the affinity ripens. So here is my husband and I, and we were in like a Jingshi abode. And we also share, okay, the same Bodhisattva path, and we are beside Master Zheng Yan. Then we are the first generation of her disciples. How lucky we are. Wherever we go, then we also do the cooking job in Japan. Let me tell you, my husband never cooked anything in my kitchen at home. But okay, he does this in Tzu, and I don't know what he can do. And he washes the lips, as you can see in the pictures, which he never does at home. Okay, and he also like clean the toilets, okay, in Jinshi Hall and abode. And I asked him like, why you do such things in Tzu and you never do anything for me at home? And he says that okay, he does this at Jinshi Hall and abode because the people would just get touched, but you will never be touched by me. Okay, and he does this, and he can encourage more people to do this. And I say, sure, no problem. And when we were in Japan, we also okay do the relief, okay, aid retributions in Japan, and we go to the like a terminal cancer, like a units in Japan, and we took care of the children who were okay in their final stage of cancer, okay, and I am, in charge of taking care of the children, and my husband served as a translator, and and he really had a very wonderful communication skills, right? And here we serve, okay, everywhere, whenever we have time, wherever we go. And it is how we walk on the Bodhisattva path, right? And today my topic is my choice, right? And I want to say that if I had not, okay, made up the right mind, and I would not have all the sharings with you today. And in 1963, when Master Zheng Yan was in Linji Temple, and she also made a choice that she chose Yin Shun, okay, Master Yin Shun as her teacher. How wise she was. And a lot of like masters at that time said to Master Zheng Yan that we got so many like monks, and they were so like reputed, but why did you just choose like a Master Yin Shun? Okay, and now we know that the Master Zheng Yan is really a wise person, right? I can choose my parents, I can choose my children, but let me tell you, I can choose my teacher teaching us how to be wise, and that is Master Zheng Yan. So I am so honored and I am so proud to be her disciple. And in 1966, Master Zheng Yan also made a choice. And she also made a choice because, Master Yin Shun, Master Zheng Yan's teacher, wanted her to go to Taipei with her because Master Yin Shun was in Taipei at that time. And he said that okay, he didn't want Master Zheng Yan to have such a tough life, difficult life. Therefore, okay, Master Yin Shun in Taipei hoped that the Master Zheng Yan could just, go to Jiayi for him. And Master Zheng Yan could not disobey her teacher's order. And finally, Master Zheng Yan made her important choice, not by not going to Jiayi. And instead, she stayed in Hualien because of her 30 disciples' request. And because of her choices, then Master Zheng Yan therefore established the Ciji Foundation, and therefore we're here, and therefore we can just learn the Dharma and the Buddha's teaching from Master Zheng Yan. That is our wisdom teacher. Okay, and I say that maybe, okay, we also owe something, we also owe a lot to all the sentient beings, although we are now vegetarians. Okay, so I don't know like how much we owe to all the sentient beings, but I just say that we have to do our best and do good deeds to everybody who need us, right? And we also have to spread the Master Zheng Yan's Dharma anytime, anywhere. Well, Jia is always with her husband, and I also believe that if she didn't choose, okay, she didn't make up her mind, that she didn't make, her choice, and therefore today we can just see her, and she is happy today, as you can see, okay, and she is happy with her husband doing good deeds in the crowd, and actually her husband is the biggest supporter. Okay, when she is doing all the Ciji jobs, all the Ciji voluntary jobs, only because of her love. Okay, and let's show our great like a big hand and respect to all the like a vegetarian and the two restaurants owners here. And now we can see a friend from Japan, and her name is Kushino. Kushimo Kumi from Japan. And she says that wherever love is, there's love, and wherever, okay, we need you. And Jia Ying and her husband is always there with us. And this is a message from Japan. Thank you. So we really need your encouragement, and please like us and leave us messages if you feel anything here. And today I'm so deeply touched by the two like restaurant owners that turn from meat diet into vegetarian diet, and I am so touched by them. Okay, so please give us your love by sending us your messages, all right, and tell us how you feel, okay? And all the grannies and the grandpas here, okay, and please take a look at the gifts here, okay, and if you were here with us in Kaohsiung today, then you will have this gift, okay, and wonderful gift for you, right? Okay, again, where there is love and there is like a Jia Ying, and she stayed in Australia, and she also stayed in the United States, right? And today, okay, she is here with us, and she accompanied all the volunteers here, and she is also sharing something very, very touching with us, right? So today, how wonderful the affinity is today, right? And here on the stage, are her wonderful friends, right? And here is Bao Yun, her friend, okay? And here is Jin Xiu, okay? And she is a certified volunteer, and Qiu is from Thailand. And it is also my donating volunteer here. And she is my donating volunteer from Australia, okay? And you were, in the mask, so I can just recognize you. So how wonderful our affinity is again. And all because of our correct choice, right? Okay. Okay. So please, okay, give us a thumb and like us by sending us the messages wherever you are, okay? And here, do you know that? Do you think that all around us are the benefactors, right? Okay, and manufacturers are people who do something, who say something, and therefore encourage or inspire us, right? Okay, so if you wanted to buy some like a food or a box of lunch, okay, from the two owners restaurant, okay, be sure to go and promote vegetarianism. Thank you very much. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So again, when we make the right choice, then the right path, and it is the Bodhisattva path, then we therefore can do things right, and we can eat right, and we can follow the right person, and our body and our mind can be on the correct path, right? And now let's follow Mr. Zheng Yan's footprint wherever we are. We are in Kaohsiung, you are in Australia, Mr. Zheng Yan is in Hualien. We are not biologically like relatives, but actually we are Dharma relatives, right? And we are named Tzu volunteers, all right? Okay, thank you very much.